you're an established company and you're at the top of Google, and it just gives you a little clout, and they definitely close at a higher conversion ratio. So, timing though, understanding how long all this takes to implement is probably something that a lot of people, when you get into SEO, people are going to tell you that I can show you results in 30 days, 60 days, 90 days. Sure, we can show you results. You're not going to be happy with the results until you've done it for a year. So yes, we can get some low-hanging fruit right out the gate, and we can get you some, we can get you on the first page. They say everyone thinks you want to be on the first page of Google. The number 6 result gets about 2% of the clicks. So you don't just want to be on the first page. You need to be at the top. You need to get number 1 rankings. You're going to get 31% of the clicks if you're up at the top. The bottom of the page, you're getting like 1%. So, number 9 ranking is shit. So you've got to get these number 1 rankings if you actually want to get enough traffic to where you're going to convert jobs and fill up the schedule. And you're not going to fill up the schedule 2 months of doing SEO. It's just, you have to be realistic about your expectations.
Well, how was iHaul? When you were doing iHaul in Austin, that seems like it'd be a high competition market, no?
It was.
So you had to figure out, did you ever make your way up there before you switched over to did other things?
Yep, I did ads at first. And I paid a lot of money for ads. I was talking a little bit about that when Andrew was doing his thing. But once I realized my ROI on the ads was so low,
yeah,
I went more leaning on the SEO. And so I did SEO, and I added over 100 pages to iHaul. And then I was able to increase my ranking. But I didn't rank in Austin right away. I ranked in Cedar Park first. Liberty Hill, dumpster rental. You gotta get really granular with it so that your keyword, your target, you have to start out. Especially if you have a new site, if you've got a site that's been around for a long time, you're gonna have a higher domain authority because the longer it's there, you're gonna have more backlinks. But if you're starting out with like a brand new website, you have no authority, and your chances of ranking for a difficult keyword is, it's not gonna happen. Yeah. So you've got to get granular with your keyword targeting. But one of the things that you've got to do, and this is what I tell people that I work with, the expectations need to be realistic. You're not going to get a full schedule until 6-12 months of doing SEO. And even that, you need to be doing a lot of other shit. You know what I mean? Y'all know the difference between, this is a small list of some of the things that we can do to get leads, but maybe we can come up with a few other ideas if y'all think I missed anything. But y'all know what the difference between a third-party lead provider and a trash broker is?
No.
Third-party lead provider, Angie, Thumbtack. Trash brokers, Go Load Up. So the difference is, lead providers sell you leads. Trash brokers, that's what I did with iHaul before I sold it for the last few years. So I did all the sales and I kept them in-house, and then I just paid the subcontractors a percent. Brokering deals, not selling leads, building my own brand. So that would be the difference between a third-party lead provider and a trash broker. And we know them, Go Load Up, Check Sammy, those guys are, I like to call them trash brokers. I don't know if that's a real term, but there is definitely a difference. Obviously if you're gonna buy leads or if you're just doing the job directly, those are the differences. Review sites, you can get leads from Yelp. Everyone says Yelp sucks, and it does for paid ads, but I mean, I had 100 reviews on Yelp before I ever even had a Google Business profile. Yeah, and I paid for Yelp ads for a little while in order to do that, and it was really good. At first, Yelp ads were great, like maybe 15 years ago when I started out. But I kept getting organic leads from Yelp. You manage your personal profile on Yelp, and you can get organic leads. You don't have to pay for it. So you can go to these sites, like Yelp and Trustpilot. This is a new one, guys. Trustpilot is a new review site, and I got a shitload of traffic from iHaul Junk. Organically building up this stuff, right? Is everybody winning? You doing alright? Alright, so go into these review sites and build up a personal profile and get active on it. and you'll get some free leads from it. I wouldn't pay for Yelp. Social media, we know what we're doing here. Get active on social media. Reels, I think that we talked on, like how to do your social media quite a bit. The John of it is running the show here, so. Direct mail, you can go to the U.S. Post Office and you can pay a few $100 and you can get a whole stack of, prepaid postages and you can carpet on the whole neighborhood with your mailers. So that's another thing you do. Cold calling, cold outreach, cold email outreach. Everybody knows what remarketing is now, right?
Yeah, email.
Yep, reaching out to existing customers, trying to resell a service to someone they've already done business with. Walk-ins, I got a lot of that from walking into apartment complexes. What I did is I had a buddy that ran Lawyers Pie Haven just outside of Houston, and he's been on all sorts of chef shows. He's kind of a micro celebrity. And so he makes Texas trash pies, and it says Texas trash pie, and he sells little mini ones. So I bought 100 of them. I put my business card on the bottom of it, and I go around to apartment complexes, and I find, complexes got a bunch of trash over by the enclosure. I walk into the office, and I hand them my Texas trash pie, tell them to heat it up for 20 seconds, and call me if they want to get rid of the junk. So, I think yesterday someone talked about getting apartment complexes, and they said you have to go directly to, a commercial property manager. And that is true, you'll get more jobs if you're going to the commercial property manager that manages all of them. But the office manager sitting at the front desk, she's got a monthly expense card. And they can usually spend about $1,000. So, if it's not a crazy load, you might be able to get a same-day pickup like that. So, that's how they pay for emergencies and stuff. And so you go, and you don't have to get approval from the corporate. So. B&I networking, I know a lot of people do B&I groups. I never did it. You guys like it? It was good. We did a lot of jobs, right? And you get referrals from other business owners, yeah. I think B&I groups are good. You do it. What? 27,000 referrals from the B&I group? Fuck yeah. That's working. Nice job. Local marketing. We all know about the yard signs, flyers, door hangers. So the idea behind this is you gotta do as much of this as you can for as long as you can until you just need to start outsourcing. But you can't just do one. You can't just do Google Ads, you can't just do SEO, and you can't just do yard signs. So, are there any other good sources for leads here? You guys been in this? No, that's it. Oh, there you go. Radio, TV, iHeartMedia. They've got, they used to have a $500 minimum. You could get on the third tier local radio station for $500 a month. I think they upped their minimum to $1,000. But you can get on the local radio for $1,000 a month.
You can also sponsor little baseball teams.
Yeah.
I sponsor little events at my local church, and they'll give you a little spot or banner with your company name.
And they're wearing a shirt with your name on it.
In the community,
That's a really good idea. Sponsoring youth programs. Love it. For sure. Also, community outreach is a really big one. I had a lot of success working with Safe Place in Austin. So in 2016, I reached out to them and I just told them I wanted to work with them. Actually, no, they reached out to me. They contacted me for a junk removal job. And I told them I'd do it for free. I wanted to help them. And so from 2016 to when I sold the company last year, we donated over $35,000 in free pickups. So we'd go a few times a year and clean out their furniture. And I did set up a GoFundMe campaign. We raised like $9,000 cash for them. And so they promoted me on their website. I got an awesome backlink from a .org. So your backlinks, we'll get more into that. But if you can get like a big local nonprofit that is got a shitload of traffic and like a lot of clout in the area, start talking about you, you're gonna get a lot of referrals from that. So the community's gonna see you giving back, and when it's just more visibility. So find something that you give a shit about, and get out there and network with them, offer your services for free. Another thing with the GoFundMe's, that's another way to get an awesome backlink, guys. The domain authority of GoFundMe.com is in the high 90s. So when you create a GoFundMe account for whatever, whether you're actually raising money or not, once you create the account and you tell your story and you put links to your website in your story because that's who you are, now you've got a backlink from GoFundMe, and it's in the high 90s. So community outreach is huge. I think a lot of people overlook that, and I think it's super important. How to SEO. So I want to get into the technical side of it for just a little bit, but then I want to get over here on my device and actually look at a website, look at some of the tools, and but I'm going to give you just the super basic, like what you can do yourself for SEO. And it's not a shitload, but there's like level 1s, level 2, level 3. That's not what this applies to. I'm talking about the type of optimizations that you can do. I'll get into it on the next page. But for the tools that you need, anyone know what that stands for?
Google.
Alright, nice job. Alright, so Google Search Console. What we do here is when we create new pages on our websites and we want to get them indexed in Google search, you can speed up the indexing process by getting into Google Search Console. So you just go in and you request them to come and crawl your site, and it'll usually happen within a couple days as opposed to sometimes months, So Google Search Console, you need that. Anyone know what this stands for? Google Analytics 4. Yeah, so they just upgraded to GA4, Google Analytics 4. So that's how you can see what people are doing on your website. So it tells you how long they're hanging out, tells you how fast your website is, and it tracks their actions. So you want to figure this one out. Anyone got an idea about this? What that stands for?
Google keyword.
Oh. It's actually a keyword planner, but I wrote it down as Google Keyword Research Tool. So, but if you're looking for it, it's called it's actually connected to ads. You don't actually have to run an ads campaign though. It's just free to get in there. I don't use it. I don't think it gives enough information. But if you don't want to pay for like agency tools here, this is better than nothing because you don't want to target keywords that don't exist. So you have to get in here and in the Google Keyword Research or the Keyword Planner. It'll give you ideas on.
You're talking about under domain. So if it's like I haul junk, right? And the two more common names would be haul junk. But so if you have 2 out of 3 in your domain, would that still rank high versus?
It helps. Yeah.
But all 3 really need to help.
The more we can get into that, and that is something that I'm going to talk about. Like the ideal, the best domain for junk removal in Dallas would be Dallas Junk Removal, or maybe actually Junk Removal Dallas TX, believe it or not. I think there's more search volume on that one, but yes, if your domain matches the exact search term that people are typing in, it's going to help you rank faster, but you're not just automatically day one you're going to be at the top. It's several factors that go into it. These two down here. So this is going to help you a lot. This right here, guys, surferseo.com. Go to it. I don't own it. I'm not making money by telling you to do that. The reason I'm telling you to do that is because before I knew anything about SEO, that's what I did. So you get in there, and I'll show it to you on the board, but it's just going to tell you what you need to do. Let's say you need to add these keywords, you need to fix your H1 heading, you need to add 12 H2 through H6 headings, you got to shorten your meta description, you got to add 15 images. It just tells you everything step by step. SEMrush, and Ahrefs. So these are the more expensive tools, and usually, unless you're running an agency, you may not use these, but I want to show you SEMrush because it's super powerful, and I want to show you the difference between the keyword planner and what you get from something like this, because I was looking at the keyword planner, and it doesn't give you nearly as much data as you can get from these two tools. So, SEMrush.com, that's an awesome tool, super powerful. Ahrefs, they're kind of, these are very similar. This one's better for giving you content ideas and keyword ideas. This one's better for giving you ideas for backlinks and doing like backlink audits on your competitors. You don't want to take on a new backlink if it's got a shitload of spammy links. So you got to do these backlink audits just like you do website audits.
What was number 2 again on that?
Google Analytics.
Google Analytics 4, yep. All right, so I want to talk about some of the things that we're going to see when we open up these tools. And it's probably not going to make a shitload of sense until you actually see it on the page. So I'll go through it as quick as I can. Monthly search volume. So do you think that you should target junk removal if you're in Dallas? Is that a good keyword?
No.
Junk removal? Or
Yes.
would you want to target junk removal Dallas?
Junk removal Dallas.
Boom. Junk removal Dallas TX might actually even be the better one. Guys, you gotta get local. Unless you're branding a national brand like Load Up or Check Sammy, you need to have location-specific keywords. So you're gonna have lower volume on Dallas or junk removal Dallas TX than junk removal in itself, but the keyword difficulty is manageable and it's relevant. You don't need people in LA to find you in Dallas unless you're running a national brand. And it's way harder to rank for national keywords. Like you're spinning your wheels for nothing. So what I mean here, you get 31% if you're the #1 spot on organic. So instead of going after the best keyword in the industry that has 15,000 people searching for it on a monthly basis, it might even be 40 or something crazy, but guys, we're gonna do way better going after something that has like 900 people searching for it a month if you get a #1 position, because 31% of 900 is way better than 0% of anything, because you're not gonna get any action on those. Not at first. Even if you're an established company, it's hard to rank for national keywords. So you've got to get location-specific keywords and volume for metro areas and rural areas. Obviously, it's going to vary. There's less people. And we'll look at that. There's one of the websites that I want to show you. He's outside of Tampa, but it's pretty rural, and so he's targeting kind of a rural area. So there's not a ton of volume, but it's going to be easier to rank in that area. Keyword difficulty, we kind of touched on it, but it's on a scale of 0 to 100. And when you're just starting out, you want to go after easy keywords, because that's what you can win at. You're not going to win the anything 70 or above, or even 40 or above. Anything on a scale of 30 and below is going to be green, and that's what you should be targeting when you're first starting out, because you've got a low domain authority, there's too much competition, and you're just not going to get traffic from it. But I mean, that's what I mean by 31% of the little number is a lot more than 0% of anything. So go after something that you can actually obtain. Yeah. If your agency says, oh yeah, we can rank you at the top, in downtown Austin in 6 months, they're full of shit.
Oh, yeah.
They're not going to do that.
Does that cost extra? It sure does.
Oh yeah, sign right up. You'll never hear from me. Position tracking. This is super important. You can pay attention to it on a weekly and a monthly basis, but you gotta see where your keywords are going. And one of the tools that we use is gonna help that make more sense for you. But you just obviously need to track all your keywords. They don't all go up at the same time. Like month to month, you might have a few that decline, But the goal is to have a net gain. So if 3 decline, maybe we have 10 or 15 that improve, so your net gain is always going up. And if your net gain on your position tracking is always improving, then this KPI is also going to be improving. So this is the primary one. If I'm doing an SEO campaign, I want to make sure that every month we're bringing more traffic to the website. So telling someone that, hey, we got you at the bottom of the first page doesn't mean shit if it doesn't generate traffic. So you want to start finding those #1 ranking positions as quick as possible. Authority. So guys, this is what gets you to where you can rank. Without page authority or without domain authority, unless you're going after a keyword with a difficulty of 0, you're not going to do it. So a lot of different factors go into improving your authority. Time is a big one. So the longer your website's around, the more domain authority you're going to get. Backlinks is huge. So a lot of your competitors that you guys are going after, some of these guys have thousands of backlinks, and you're starting out with 2. So it's Louis Vanderwall. He's badass at SEO. He said one time, and it's kind of like a popularity contest. Google wants to see, how many people like you. And if a lot of people like you, then they probably trust you. And so, Google is giving you more domain authority every time you have backlinks. But if you have a bunch of shitty backlinks from websites that are shittier than yours, that's bad. So you have to pay attention to your backlinks and make sure you're getting good ones. So there is a difference actually. There's a domain authority and a page authority. So your whole domain overall has a domain authority, but then each individual page also has page authority. So when you're optimizing individual pages, we're looking at page authority, but domain authority also affects where you rank. So local versus national. Again, it's just you're going to have lower volume locally. These are going to be easier to rank and relevant. You're wasting your time going after just junk removal or just hot tub removal. I see it all the time. We'll get new campaigns in and they've got no traffic. And I see that someone did a lot of work on it. They clearly spent money, and there was an agency doing something, but they weren't doing the right thing. And so he's like, why don't I have no traffic? It's like, well, you're in Dallas, and you're talking about just a general junk removal, or general hot tub removal. You're not gonna. Google is gonna tag you as going after a national keyword. You want Google to see you going after junk removal Dallas, yes. So, mapping out your websites is kind of part of how we do that, and do it on the front end. Like, do your keyword research on the front end before those pages get indexed in Google. That way you don't have to fix it after the fact. So, yesterday I covered intent a little bit, and we're going to see more about how that applies when you're actually doing the optimization. But you need a good mix of all of these different types of keywords, and that way you can serve the whole community. We're not just trying to serve people down here that are ready to buy today. So, informational, navigational. Navigational intent keywords are people that know your company by name, they go online and they type your business name in. And Google is going to, once enough people do that, that keyword is going to be indexed in Google search, and competitors might go after you for it. .junk, 1-800.junk is a keyword, it's a branded keyword, and some people will go after it. I wouldn't recommend it, but informational that's your blog content. So if someone goes online and they ask how to remove a dishwasher or how to remove a hot tub on your blog, don't even worry about selling your service. Tell them how to do it. Give them really good informational content. At the bottom of your page, sure, put your call to action and say, if you don't want to do all this, here's how you can contact us. But you really have to put this informational content out there so Google sees you having a good, strong mix, and you're not only targeting the people at the bottom of your funnel. So, as you get down the list, you're getting closer to the bottom of your funnel. The bottom of the funnel are people that are ready to buy right now. Commercial. These people are in the process of getting bids. So they've got a situation. Whether they're moving them on or they've got a shitload of junk in the garage, they're in the process of getting estimates, but they're probably not going to buy today. And then you've got transactional intent keywords. These are the guys who go online and they're ready to hire somebody for junk. So a good mix of all of these is important, and the reason we do that is so that we can answer the question that people came to Google for. And Google, whoever answers the question the best, that's who Google's going to put up there. So you want to serve the entire community, because there's a lot less of these people ready to buy than there is up here. That's why the top of your funnel is wired, because most people aren't ready. Most people are just up here. They don't need it today. They might not even know about it. So you're just target bombing your community with informational content, helpful stuff. Some of them are going to use it, and then eventually when they need your service, as long as you're keeping in touch with them through your remarketing and all of those other outreach campaigns, when it comes time to hire someone, they're going to hire you. So, just the real basic, structure at the beginnings of a website. You want to have just the basics. You want to have a home about services, locations, and contact. This is where it gets pretty big. So you can have 20 or 30 different service pages. You can have 20 or 30 different location landing pages. But when you first start out, you want to probably have at least this. You definitely don't just want a one page, unless it's like a designated landing page, like what Andrew was talking about. Start out with at least 5 pages. And you're going to talk all about you on your homepage. Oftentimes people will go after their primary keyword on their homepage, and then it ends up getting cluttered. It's just a clusterfuck. Your homepage should be pretty low key. Like, you don't want it to be crazy cluttered. You want it to talk a lot about you. These are branded keywords. Your home and your contact page, a lot of times these are going to be branded keywords, navigational keywords. So, and then your internal landing pages, that's where you're going to get super granular on going after your other keywords. So. E-commerce. Anybody do dumpster rentals? Do you have an e-commerce site? Do you have an e-commerce site? No. How do you set people up for the rentals? Over the phone? Phone, yeah. So with an e-commerce site, this is just a site that has the ability for people to make purchases on your website. This is actually a very competitive advantage in our junk removal space, because you can have product pages that can rank just like any other local landing page. So what this also means is you're going to get snippets. And snippets are all the extra stuff. So when you search on Google and you see the results, you know how some people have a lot of extra shit under it? Like some people just have a website with like a little meta description, but then other people will have like services and products, and these are snippets. They're taking up more real estate on the page. And when you have an e-commerce site, you get those. So you're going to take up more space. When they show you a result, it's literally going to be a bigger page because you're showing your products. Google likes that. So e-commerce. If you don't do dumpster rental, this is one of the reasons why I started doing dumpster bags, is so that I could do an e-commerce site. So as junk haulers, we can cross-sell dumpster bags. Yeah, not everybody wants to pay $500, for our half load or whatever you charge. There's some people that really do want to do it themselves, and why not create an e-commerce site and build out some products for your dumpster rental alternatives?
How do you pick up the bags?
With your hands.
Oh, you do.
No, I had one of my guys, he built a funky trailer, and he had like he took an I-beam, and he put an I-beam down the center of it, with and it stuck out like a foot off the back, and he had it on rollers with a fucking crank, and so he back up to the bag, and he cranked.
Look like this. Look up here. Roll it in.
Yeah, that, one of those, yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah, and so he would, he did that. But like everybody asks that question too, and I wonder, like, how do you pick up your other jump jobs? I mean, a bag is 3 cubic yards, right? So is that not like one of the smallest jobs you're probably going to see today? Pick it up like the other jobs. And then when you can afford a crane truck,
Oh, I see what you're saying.
yeah, I mean, it's just a 3 cubic yard job, you know? It's a way to get a new customer. You know, like someone that wants to save money and they don't want to pay out the ass for junk removal service, they might get your bag. Or they might have just bought a bag anyways from Lowe's or Home Depot. And then they go on to Waste Management and they see that they're 7 days delayed. They don't want to wait 7 days. So then they go online and they start searching who picks up green dumpster bags. There's your keyword for your dumpster bag page. And there's nobody going after it. There's no competition. So, like, if anybody wants a dumpster bag, like, add a dumpster bag page, you're probably gonna rank pretty quick. There's just nobody doing it yet. So, it's basically if you don't have actual dumpsters, you can get your feet wet and kind of get a little bit of exposure into these dumpster rental keywords without actually having it. A lot of them, you can convert them to a junk removal client. You know, just get them on the phone and do your thing, sell it. You know? And a lot of these people will overload their bags. So you get there and there's shit hanging out the side or it's full of rocks, you're gonna charge a lot more than the $2.95 that you might charge for that. So that's just one way to get more visibility is to have an e-commerce site.
On the diet, if you had an e-commerce page, you could also set up something where the client or the customer can buy the bag, right?
Yeah, you can create a product page. So just for example, if you want to start offering dumpster bags, you're going to add one product is going to be the all-inclusive service. So for $300, buy our bag and it includes the pickup. So when someone goes online and they pay your $300 for the all-inclusive dumpster bag, well now you go on to Amazon and for $32, you next day them a generic bag, gets on their doorstep for free, Amazon Prime, and then they go on your website and they book the pickup when it's full. So yes, you can brand your own bags and you can spend thousands of dollars and you can house them and store them or you can just have no inventory, and when people order your dumpster bag service, you just go on Amazon and then send it out. So that's what I did.
Is there a weight limit on that full price? You can weight limit on that full price?
I would just do 1,000 pounds. Yeah, anything that's heavy or overloaded, you get there and you're gonna charge them extra. So you might only charge $275 for your all-inclusive dumpster bag pickup service, but most of your jobs will be more than that. Because you'll get there and they'll be overloaded, or you'll realize that they have some shit over here, and then you just sell them on upsell the deal when you get there. And they're probably gonna move at some point, or you're getting a new customer. So
Where you remarket.
yes, exactly. So you can remarket the bags to your junk removal customers, and you can remarket junk removal services to your bags customers. If you want to do that, 100%. That was just one example of how to get more visibility, So basically this is the idea. And we storm the center. You're not going to start in the middle of Dallas, Texas, ranking #1 with a brand new website. What you gotta do is go after your low-hanging fruit. So that's what I mean by starting the suburbs, and instead of just going after junk removal, do like what Ricardo does. Go after hot tub removal, go after appliance pickup, go after cardboard recycling and pallet pickup. Those are your commercial deals right there. So while you're going after the low-hanging fruit, improving your domain authority, you're adding backlinks to improve your authority. Once you get your authority score up, even out of the single digits, you're probably better than 70% of the competition. Got Junk, their domain authority is only in the low 50s. So like, you know, we don't need to get your domain authority. If you get a domain authority in the teens, you're probably in the top 95% of junk haul. So it would take a while though. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. So just set yourself up with realistic expectations, understand the timing, and do the research on the front end so that you're going after keywords that you actually have a chance at ranking for. You've got your big goals. Yes, we want to rank for Junk Rule Dallas TX. We just know it's not going to happen this year. You know, so in the meantime, create 30 other pages on your website for all the areas around you and all the different services.
Don't we want to blitz this summer?
Damn, we do want to blitz this summer. Thank you. Hey guys, you know, I'm new at this, so I appreciate you hanging with me. I know a lot, but I might not be the best public speaker, so
No, you're fine.
thank you. So before we get into using these tools, if all you do are these 5 things, you're probably going to be better off than most of your local competitors. You're not going to beat out Junk until you add a lot more backlinks and add more content. But if all you do, and I'll show you where to find all these and how to edit them, but this is the planning part. You know, before you do anything with your website or your page, you've got to do keyword research, and you've got to make sure you're targeting keywords that exist and that have a keyword difficulty that you have a chance of achieving. So define your focus key phrase first. You're going to set a page title. Page title is a very important ranking factor. All of these things need to match your focus key phrase. What? Can you actually hear me?
You want to get going again?
Yeah.
All right. Can you hear me okay? All right. All right, so these are the 5 things that we can do to our individual pages. You ready? All right. So what we need to do when we figure out what our focus key phrase is for that particular page that we want to optimize, we then need to go in and our page title needs to include the exact focus key phrase. The slug, you know what the slug is? If it's... It's the ialljunk.com / whatever comes after the slash is your slug. So that, yeah. So if your focus key phrase that we're going for is Dallas TX or junk removal Dallas TX, then our slug is going to be junkguysdfw.com / junk-removal-dallas-tx. So that's your slug. It's the thing that comes after the slash. Your meta description needs to include the exact key phrase. And you need to have at least one alt text in your image, in some of the images on the page. So, and you don't want all of your alt text for every single image to be the key phrase. You got to mix that up a little bit with different key phrases. But these are the 5 things that we have to do in order to optimize a page, just on the very basic level. And so I'm actually we're gonna do it in a little bit. And I hope it makes more sense once you see it. This is the tool that I want you guys to use. If you really want to do SEO, this thing's pretty awesome. So I want to show it to you. And what it's going to do is it's going to give us all of the recommendations. And it's going to tell us to do a bunch of things, but we might not take all the recommendations because you know what UX stands for? The user experience is super important. If you nail everything for SEO and Google loves you because you've done everything perfect for SEO, but your website is fucking terrible, and people get there and they leave after 5 seconds, it's all for nothing. So while you do need to focus on these core components for SEO, you also need to keep your user experience top of mind. So they're almost just as important because you can do all of the things for SEO, and if people just leave as soon as they get to your site, that's terrible. And that actually will hurt your rankings too. So the amount of time that people spend on your thing, it's called a bounce rate. So you want to see at least a minute or two for your bounce rate. You want people to hang out on your site for at least a couple minutes. So Gabe, here's Gabe. Gabe told me not to do this. He's like, dude, don't fucking give them your phone number. Give them your email. But that's my cell phone. Sorry, Gabe. Right, but to save this number, guys, this is my cell phone. It's not like an alternate number that I don't look at. It's this right here. So, if you ever need anything, reach out to me. This is my email. So, guys, I'm available. If I don't respond right away, I will get to you. So, I'm gonna throw those out. I'm gonna leave it up here. What I want to do is get into actually implementing some of this. You can see it. You can ask the questions while we're doing it. And Another thing that I wanted to talk about though, and we'll cover it towards the end. A lot of people are asking like, Matt, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? I'm not gonna tell you. We're not here to sell you. So, it's a range. You know what I mean? Like it's not, SEO isn't a one size fits all. A guy that's in a rural area that his keywords are much easier for us to rank for, it's easier to manage that website. If someone's in a very big area, Austin, Dallas, Phoenix, if you're competing against hundreds of guys, it's gonna take. I think we're right out. Where's the other microphone? The box is right here.
It's the. Oh, yeah, you're having to talk really loud.
Cool.
The price really does range, guys. So I couldn't just tell you it's $1,000. It's more than $1,000. The average price for decent SEO is going to be like $1,000 to $1,500. So
How much?
yeah, yep. I've been in the range, and it can be more than that if it's a really challenging campaign. But we're not just doing SEO. We build a free website. So if you don't have a WordPress website, we build it for you for free. My competitors charge $5,000 for that. So I don't charge anything for a WordPress website. I don't charge anything for all your marketing materials. We build out all your marketing materials for the yard sign, business cards, trifold pamphlets, door hangers. So we design all of those. We're helping you do local marketing. We handle your social media. So we post on all your social media pages every day and Google Business. And we charge what people charge for SEO. So you're basically getting all the other shit. And I'm doing a $200 off deal for anybody that's here. So if you're interested in talking about it, then let's do it away from here. One-on-one. This is how you can reach me. And I'll do a full audit on your site and we'll take a look at it. Oh, hey, and guess what? We're gonna do an event in December. Anybody want to go and
To Austin. We're gonna do this in Austin. So December 1st, December 2nd, December 3rd. We're gonna host an event, and I hope to see all of y'all and a bunch more people there. So we'll send more information out about that, and super excited. It's gonna be a big deal. So I'll invite Ricardo and Carson and all you guys are coming back. So. So what I want to do, guys, this is a brand new website. This website just got built last week. And it's for a guy in Brooksville, Florida. Titan junk removal in Holland. And I'm going to show you what you can do to optimize this thing. So, before you ever do any sort of optimizations, what we're going to do is figure out how to use this thing. Gabe, how do I bring up the, oh, there we go, right. All right, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go over into SEMrush. SEMrush.com. This is how you guys are going to figure out what keywords you're going after. And let me show you how we do that. So if you got a brand new website and you have no clue about what keywords to go after, what you need to do is you need to get on the Googles and you need to find your competitors. So we're going to do junk removal and just type in your thing, junk removal. This fucking thing sucks.
junk removal Austin.
All right. Well, no, we're getting keyword ideas for Brooksville, Florida. It would be a bad idea to get keyword research in Austin for a company in Brooksville, Florida. So, Yeah, Brooksville FL.
Number one,
Who's number one?
Junk Guys Austin.
I'll let go.
Look it up right now.
Let's do it. Junk Removal Austin.
Let's do Junk Removal Austin. I know how to break out.
The high volume one is Junk Removal Austin TX.
See what you started, Ricky?
Dallas.
W comes up on Austin.
Junk guy in
I hope
Dallas.
so.
I'm up here trying to compete with my guy. Junk guy in Dallas. And he types fast. I think I'll pop with the junk better than that.
We're gonna waste 5 minutes.
That's the only junk guy.
So the idea, if you're dealing with a company in Brooksville, Florida, if you're not gonna do keyword research for a company in Austin, so what you need to do is you search junk removal Brooksville, Florida, and you need to pull up your top competitors, and you need to do a domain overview of them. So,
Hey guys, don't forget, this is a great opportunity to take pictures and video. Facebook, Matt, a lot of people like Matt, a lot of people hate Matt. A lot of people like me, a lot of people hate me, and same thing for Andrew. Take pictures, post them up, put your website at the bottom, put your website at the bottom, and people will go to your website. Okay?
Right,
You wanna-
Junk Guys Austin.
that's maps though, let's see where this. Well, they're two different things, you know. How are you in the search results? Junk luggers, see that makes sense.
That's us, yeah.
Colin John, it's definitely easier to rank at the top of maps, so that's going to be your first win, and that's why you have to have a Google Business profile, because that's the first thing at the top of the page, and it's easier to rank. But SEO is what's going to get you in the search results down here. Do you know where you guys are on in search results? We could do a domain overview, but I don't want to waste time. I want to look at the site that we're looking at here.
Yep. Thank you, I appreciate that.
No problem.
Ricky, is your bathroom in service? You gotta get rid of the plug service.
Dave, your laptop sucks. Junk removal, Brooksville FL.
For number ones, the restroom is working.
There is a God.
Number twos, I can't help you. Number twos, I can't help. Number ones, we're good.
Alright, here we go guys. So what we're doing is I want to show you how to do your keyword research. So if you're in Brooksville, Florida, which is 45 minutes north of Tampa or whatever, what you want to do is you want to go into the Googles and you want to search junk removal Brooksville FL. It's just a poor signal, I think. So it's just responding slow. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the results and we're going to pull up one of the competitors. Fuck it, let's go load up. What this is going to do, when we do a domain overview of your competitors, alright, copy. Sorry guys, my laptop didn't load. I didn't have the right wire to connect to this TV, so I'm using an iPad that's not mine, so that's why it's not the most efficient process here. How do you copy this, bud? Oh, nice. I see it. Alright, so now that we've got our domain, and you don't just want to plug in goloadup.com. What we're going to do is a domain overview of their page in Brooksville, Florida. So go ahead and paste the domain.
I think you split that link around the bottom.
Cool. I promise this is gonna look good when we start checking it out. Thanks for bearing with me.
Anybody from out of town?
Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up their keywords, and we're trying to find the keywords that they're ranking for in Brooksville, Florida. It's gonna tell us the volume, it's gonna tell us the keyword difficulty. And we're gonna confirm that this is an actual keyword that is indexed in Google. So junk removal Brooksville FL is the keyword. You could organize this by volume. So I'm gonna click on the volume button. So we're trying to find the higher volume keywords that aren't going to be impossible to rank for. So you see the KD percent over here? This is the keyword difficulty. So because this is a rural area, all of these keywords are pretty easy. So that's a scale of 0 to 100. So we're trying to find the highest volume keywords that have a keyword difficulty that's manageable. So we don't really like trash pickup.
Did that one say TV guide?
So all of these are like internal landing pages for some service pages. As we build this site out, we know that some of these keywords we're going to be able to target, but not all of them.
Hey, type in junk to go, he's in Brooksville. It came up. Yeah, junk to go.
I'm just trying to find the keyword that we want to go after, but let's fucking... Oh, here we go. All right, down there towards the bottom. Junk removal Brooksville FL is probably going to be the one we go for. There's only a search volume of 30, which sucks, but the keyword difficulty is 0. So if we put just a little bit of effort into here, he's probably going to rank for Brooksville, Florida within a month or two.
With that keyword.
With this keyword, yeah. So what we do is, you go in and you just optimize this page for the focus key phrase of junk removal Brooksville FL.
How does that have a 0 for difficulty? What does that mean?
There's just no competition.
Junk.
That doesn't mean you're just gonna open the page and then all of a sudden you're ranking #1. Like,
There's no competition, there might not be.
yeah, there's just low competition and there's low volume. So this isn't gonna be a hard keyword to rank for. So let's go and I'm gonna open up this deal so that I can show you how to optimize it. Can you get me like on those? Let me open up this page here. Sorry, you're not getting my password. Alright, so what I'm gonna do while he's loading up this site, I'm gonna open up Server SEO and I'm gonna show you guys how to use it. So it's gonna help you do all the basic stuff where you can set your focus key phrase, page title, slug, meta description, and it's gonna give you what you need to do for your image alt text. So perfect.
I'm saying,
Well, I know the password.
Put the mic down. Put the mic down.
I don't know. I think we gotta get this fixed.